All right, everybody, so now I have a paper right here. This is approximately 8 by 8 because this will allow us to print 4 times because your printing plate is 4 inches by 4 inches. So if this is 8 inches by 8 inches, you'll be able to print it 4 times. So the very first thing you do is you need to write your name and then your class code. And you need to choose your color or colors. You can only use 2 colors. And I'm gonna show you what colors we have. So first we have this turquoise. We have blue. I'm gonna zoom out. We have purple, pink. Don't have a lot of pink. We have black. That's a safe choice. We have light to lighten up any of these colors. This cannot be your main color though. We have green. Green and turquoise looks nice. Turquoise and blue look nice together. We have red. I think red and pink look really good together. And I do have this blue called cyan. I've never printed with cyan, so I'm curious what this will look like. But I'm gonna save my curiosity for another day because I'm gonna be using these 2 to show you how to create your print. All right, boys and girls, I have my printing station. I have my printing plate. I have my tray. I have my ink. I have my paper. And then I also have a brayer and a paper towel. And I am ready to go. So within the video, it's hard to see the entire printing station. This is as far as my phone will go. But your tray's here. Your printing plate is here. Your printing plate should stay here. Then you have your paper. Your paper should be on a clean part of your table. And again, you have your brayer, you have your paper towel. Now, I like to be in charge of the ink because it's really important to not waste the ink. If I can trust friends at your table, maybe I might make one person responsible for the ink. And I'm gonna be very clear about how much ink you use. Okay, so at your table, you're gonna be with people doing the same colors as you. You need to help one friend at a time print their patterns. Now, I might give you guys 2 brayers, that way more than one person can be printing. It just depends on how many colors we're using, how many people are at your table, all of those things. Okay, so this printing station is pretty big, so I'm gonna be moving it around a little bit so you can see it within the video, but you should not be doing that. You gotta leave the printing station here. And you shouldn't get any ink on the table. You shouldn't get any ink, any unnecessary ink on your paper. It should just be your printing plate that touches your paper. So again, everything should stay on this printing station. I can't stress that enough because things get messy really quickly. You can also wipe down your printing station if it gets too messy. I like having maybe half the class print one day and half the class print the other day, but we'll see. But yes, you just have to be patient with this process and you have to help each other. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add our ink. So no more than that. I would say no more than 1/4 size. So just imagine 1/4 in your head. 1/4 as in a coin, 25 cents. Imagine that in your head, no bigger than that. Now, it's your choice if you just completely mix these colors up or if you have them touch but not mix. Up to you. So I'm rolling the brayer. This is not mixed. They're touching, but they're not mixing. You want it to be about the consistency of a tire. You don't want to have too much, don't have too little. Now, this is the important part. Keep it on the printing station. So now I'm moving it. This method of touching and not mixing might work better with a larger brayer. So if you want to do that method, maybe just ask me to, provide you with a longer brayer or wider brayer. Now, you need to find a clean part of your table. Again, please do not move your printing station around. I'm only doing that so that I can film this demonstration video for you. So now I'm going to take my printing plate. I'm holding it on the edges. Really, really easy for things to get messy. Now, I'm also going to do my best to have this go in one corner. You have one chance to place this down. My hands are a little shaky. It's the end of the day for me. Now it's down, not as perfect as I would like, but now I'm gonna take my paper towel and I'm gonna rub it down. This also gives me an opportunity to kind of clean off my printing plate a little bit. I am not touching my paper. Do you see my fingers? My fingers are gonna get really messy really quickly, and I am not touching my paper. No fingerprints. So the first thing you do with this is you go along the edges. Those corners, they are the toughest to show up. Then you can take your paper towel and really give it a nice massage. If you see that image coming through like this, that should be a pretty good print, but hopefully I'm not gonna jinx myself. Okay, so not bad. If I would have mixed this a little bit more, it would have shown up a little clearer, but because I didn't mix my ink in here, it wasn't as evenly spread out. I'm moving this around, but I would not advise you guys to move it around. I'm only moving things so that you can see what I'm doing. So now I'm going to put this back the way it was, and I'm going to make sure I go over everything. Now, after you print this twice, you will probably need more ink. Okay, so that's probably good enough. Now I'm going to take it, I'm going to roll it. I'm really going to try to get all the edges now. Okay, so now we got that. Always put the brayer back in here, never on the table. So now I'm going to put this right here. I'm making sure it touches my design. Now I'm going to take my paper towel, really going to rub down those edges. It might look like I'm touching this, but I'm not. I'm not touching my paper. My fingers do not touch the paper. I'm really rubbing it down. Okay, and then now I'm going to take it from a corner and carefully peel it back. Okay, so that's what I was afraid of, a little too much ink right there. But this method right here, that's a little bit harder to do. It's harder to do this method of two colors touching and not mixing, and then also applying the ink evenly. So now I'm gonna mix the colors because I got nothing to lose. Now your paper should not touch the printing station like I just did. But again, I'm moving things around so that you can see the process while I'm filming. So it is more even. The ink shows up evenly if you go in different directions. So now I'm going in different directions, and let's see how it looks now. I'm gonna take it. Center point always goes in the center. I'll move this up a little bit more so y'all can see. Put it right here. Now I'm gonna take this, rub it down. I go along the edges. Super important. Along the edges. Along the edges. Along the edges. And rub it down. Really rub it down. Give it a nice massage. And you can always give it a little peek on the corners. And now I'm gonna pull it from the corner. There you go. See, it comes out more evenly if you mix up the colors. So, printing, it's not gonna be perfect. Unless you're like a professional printmaker, which I am not. And I like showing you guys mistakes I make sometimes. Because this could have used a little bit more ink. This is a little too much ink. But when you see all four of them together, I think the image will come together. Okay, let's do this again. So the trick is to go up and down, side to side. I need a little bit more. You can see you don't fully see the texture. You want to have the texture of like a tire. So there you go. That looks you can see the texture a little bit more. All right, so now I'm going to take it. I'm going to add my ink one more time. And if you make a mistake like this, and if you just can't get over it, we can always do it one more time on a separate piece of paper and then combine it. See, this is feeling like tacky. It's feeling like it's already dried, which is not how it should feel. So if it already feels dry, you might just have to roll it again. Me, I was just talking, so that's why it dried. Okay, so now I'm gonna match this right here. Okay. Now I'm gonna take my paper towel, really rub it down. So now I'm gonna take a little peek. Okay, there you go. That looks nice. So maybe I can't get over these two over here. I can always give you a new piece of paper and we can reprint it. And there you go. Now it'll look like I never made that mistake. When it comes time to assembling this, I'm gonna assemble these two pieces with these two pieces so that you can see if you make a mistake and if you really hate what you did, you can always reprint it. Now, the next step is you have to decide, do I want to keep this? I can always add something different on the back and print with it at home, or if I want to throw it away. Now, we also have to clean up our printing station, and we have to place our prints onto the drying rack. And before you help out any friends, you do have to wash off your hands. Okay, so at your printing station, we do have to clean it off. So this will go to sink 2 to wash it off. And you take a wet paper towel and you clean it off, just like this. If things get really, really messy and nasty at your table, we might clean it in between friends printing. That way they have a nice clean surface to work with. And then you just take dry paper towels and you dry it off. I gotta grab some more paper towels. And if you are washing it in between friends printing, make sure you really dry it off. And that's it. All right, so boys and girls, if you want to keep your printing plate, just put it on the empty tray. And if you are finished, and if you would like to help me for a dragon dollar, all you have to do to earn a dragon dollar is wash off one of these trays for me. So this is all you do. You add some water. And then you wipe it down. If it's not coming off, you can always add a drop of this dish soap, but it should come off. That's all you do. You just wipe it off with one of my rags, and then you can also clean off this brayer for me. So you wipe it off with one of my rags. It's kind of hard for me to do this with just one hand, but you wipe it off until it's completely clean like this, and then you dry it off, and that's it.